chance. He's going to shut him down this time.
What's up guys, and welcome to the 5 vs 5 Counter-Strike Global Offensive World Championship Asian Qualifier between Indonesia against Philippines. Before we move on, I would like to apologize because I wasn't ready to record this game. As you can see on the screen right now, I was adjusting the recording screen and I was late. It's already 6 rounds, I know it, I noticed that. Also, you will hear me and my friend talking in the background about that game, so I'm really sorry about that. In this game, Indonesia really dominating in this Mirage City and then end up winning this city. Also, don't forget to check out my channel guys, because I have a giveaway. I hope you enjoy this video and I'll see you in the next video.
Filipinos being able to get an entry here as they play with just one Tech 9 and 2 Galils. Flashes come over. There's a Molotov. That's going to definitely slow them down. Frost has got a good position here to cut them off if they decide to push through, because they've smoked off the site. They're going to be coming right from that angle. He gets the first frag. Rose makes the second. He gets the second there for Frosty. And they're going to get the bomb plan at least. But, oh, he's trying to knife away. Frost runs across with the USB. So confident here, the Indonesians. And such good play from them as well, as they hold down the A site and only lose Rose at the beginning of that. So 5-0, now 6 as they take down the Philippine A-side attack.
Something important to note actually with this auto sniper buy was it seemed that it was a little bit more poorly communicated than it originally was planned to be, because there was a misbuy from Sis where he actually picked up an M4 and then was later dropped that auto sniper by another teammate. They traded it out, of course, but still, I think we also saw that other teammate having bought the M4 anyway, so that was essentially an M4 that got tossed to the ground and was never even used that round. So that was a huge amount of money that got wasted on Sis, and economically speaking sets him down by about a round or two that he would have been able to go for full rebuys on should we see the Philippines start to pick up rounds here. And a note that obviously at this point doesn't matter too much, but should we start to see the Philippines win rounds, could have a pretty big impact on the economical buys from Indonesia in later rounds.
Indeed, so the Philippines, though, with that bomb plant and the loser money that they're getting, are able to go for a full buy with an AWP. 43, though, just with the Tech 9, and it's looking like it's a difficult task for the Philippines to go through that Indonesian defense. They've really got the sights closed down, and the Indonesian players are landing their shots. Their CT side at the moment looking fantastic, but you can see, excellent idea here by the Philippines. They're faking an A side push, but there's the smoke from the CTs, and that's going to slow them down if they want to try and go in towards the B side. 43 just trying to put a bit of pressure on the CTs, but they know it's a fake. They know they're not going to see anybody in the A site soon, and so FLX will be holding his position here in apartments with the Molotov, and we've got a nice setup here. But there's the entry from mid. This is nice play here from the terrorists, now using their controller mid to their advantage, but Sis is going to get returned. Ridix is going to make a frag over towards the B site. Sis with another, using that auto sniper very well, and it seems like the terrorist attack has been stopped in its tracks, with the Indonesians still in full control of the sites, but they still have the bomb, the terrorists. They've still got 25 seconds left on the clock, and if Zero and Death right now can prop up a miracle, they might be able to pick up this round.
Now they're going to fall back here, try to switch it up towards A. There hasn't been a rotation yet from the Indonesians, but they're already getting themselves over there. Rosu is going to get himself back over here by Ticket Booth and should be able to counter on a direct push here, but 10 seconds left on the clock, and yeah, Philippines, they're not going to have anywhere near enough time for this. They're just looking again to pick up any aggressive players here from Indonesia at this point, so not going to be happening. Indonesia again still staying strong, still being that top team that we were expecting them to be coming into today's group stage. And now at least it's 7-0 against Philippines. They still are having trouble, picking up those rounds here on the T side, and really just having trouble getting into that site and finishing it off once they are able to get the bomb down.
Yeah, indeed, very nicely done there by the Indonesians, looking very solid, looking very strong. But the Filipinos as well had some nice entries earlier on, and they just need to coordinate themselves a bit more, and they need to win their 1-versus-1s. But at the moment, aim of the Indonesians is just that much better. They've got some executes here, the Philippines, and they're trying to squeeze their brains for any ideas that a fake and going towards the B site would have worked if it wasn't for that really well-timed bit of utility from the Indonesians. And that just tells you, Blue, that the Indonesians know how to use their utility and know how to time their utility here on Mirage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they've been showing it time after time after time again here with how strongly they have been able to hold off these angles so well. But now again, the Filipinos, they are going to try pushing themselves over here, and they've gone for the split situation again, more so at this point I think to look out for any aggression, since now with Indonesia in such a strong situation economically and obviously round-based wise here, there shouldn't be any reason for them to play passive and keep to their guns. They can afford to make mistakes and push forward and get hungry for these kills, but they're actually not doing it, and this is something that I can really respect. As we see Ridix, they're finding 2 kills just because Philippines are forced into a play, but this is something I can really respect about teams that don't do this on the CT side, is when they don't get super aggressive, when they still stick to the strat despite having that huge advantage, and that's exactly what Indonesia is doing right now. They're sticking to the guns, they're hanging back, they're not taking any of these big risks, and they play nice right into exactly how they need to play it here, as, again, they're getting very minimal losses on these rounds, and it's keeping the economy strong, which is often a very overlooked part for a lot of teams' CT side strat.
Yeah, they're very, very professional right now. They're playing very good professional CS, but they're going to jump right in front of Neruja. There's nothing professional about that as he takes down 2 of their CTs, and now it's just Sis in a 1 versus 1. He actually took down the terrorists inside the site, and that's a perfect flash. He's going to look away, and that'll allow Sis to win this round. But nice play there by Nerusha. Is that what you've called him?
I think I was calling him Nerusha. I don't know how it would be pronounced in a Filipino accent, but I kind of tried to put the accent on there to hope I was right, although I could just be completely butchering it. I don't really know. If someone in the chat knows better, of course, they could correct us, but that's probably the best one I could come up with.
Now, I'll always ask the chat on how to pronounce the names properly. I should really ask the players before the matches, but they're usually quite busy. But excellent there by Sis to clutch up that round. It's a good idea by Nerusha holding that position, and he almost might have been able to take it, but knowing his spot, it was easy for Sis to just flash him, and again, they had utility at the end of that round, and it really helped with the retake for the CTs. So 8-0 Philippines, though, relatively close. And again, Indonesia being professional, as you said, allows them to have a good economy, and also they cannot give away any rounds. Simply because, like, okay, you're winning 7-0, but if Philippines pick up around here, pick around there, put you on an eco, all of a sudden, it's 9-5, or, you know, 9-4, and then they might even get 5 or 6 rounds at the end of the first half. So they have to be really careful here, the Indonesians.
Now we'll see the push coming forward here as well again. The Philippines looking to get mid-control early, but Rosu, like it's nothing at all. Finding that off-shot on the defense, that didn't even register for a second for me, but 43 gets the response. Sis there again, though, to get the trade, as he takes out 43 with that auto-sniper that's been so prevalent here for the Indonesian CT side. And now we see that 2-for-1 now. Although we did see the opener from the Philippines that gets traded right back, and now, however, Zero puts it back into his team's perspective, bringing it back down into a 3-on-3, as he finds a nice shot and assist. Again, mid-control has been gained by these players at this point. This is some point that they've been struggling to get to be completely honest. Oftentimes they've been shoehorned into just going directly for another site. Now they've actually got mid-control, and now it's up to them to actually utilize this and push it into another site. They're going to do this over towards B, and it's perfect now, too, because Riddix is the only player here. There was a slight rotation, and it moved Flex off a little bit. Now he's coming back in, though, and they're going to have to deal with him, but he comes in fragging hot. He's going to find Zero. Nerusha takes out Flex, but at the same time, Riddix is still there, too. He's going to take out Nerusha. Deathwiz corrects that one and brings it into a one-on-one, but the time again is going to expire. As Indonesia will come out on top, and not only that, but the kill comes out as well.
Yeah, he's going to die after the time as 0 money for death. That was so heartbreaking. Getting Philippines really close to winning a round. And you have to understand that Philippines don't have a bad T side. The CT side from Indonesia is absolutely fantastic. And honestly, they are playing some high-level CT on Mirage right now, and high-level CS. Really fantastic CT play. Checking the right angles, great positioning, great movement. Something that sometimes people forget is how you move around the map, how you attack those angles, and how to hold, and how your team rotates and check the angles. What they did on the B site was fantastic. It should have been Philippines round there, but they were able to kind of hold them off, and then Frost Mist will be able to get that 1 versus 1 clutch. So really nicely done by Indonesia, and it's really hard for Philippines to do much against this CT defense.
Well, they sit back here. They've gotten that very quick site control, as we already mentioned, but Zero still holds it strong here, too, actually doing a lot of damage as Juke players coming in, but he gets completely destroyed by Frost. Deathwiz as well, finding a kill on the Flex, but Sis, he's going to be able to take down 43, and although it was looking good on the hold there for the Philippines, they just get shut down again from Indonesia. This player is playing so strong, and we almost had that teammate scan out. Sis,
dari selempitan aja kena loh.
Wasn't able to pick up a frag that round, but he's had his fun plenty of times before. Not too disappointing to see him not picking up anything, and still now 10-0 as we as we start the 11th round here. Philippines again, they had such a good lineup to possibly pick up that round, but again coming out a little bit short there near the end of the site.
Yeah, Indonesia, they're looking strong now. We do have a full buy from the Philippines, up on 0. And the Philippines, they've been attacking the B site with pretty close to success, I guess. You can't call it success, but close to success, getting those 1 versus 1s and the 1 versus 2s, but they're not able to convert that into a round win.
Philippines trying to go here for a lot of mid-control once more, but also have 43 working very slowly out through underpass right now, trying to catch that player that's in window. It's actually going to be inside of Dark Room right now, so he's going to move out towards there, and won't be seeing a whole lot of action just yet, but as we see the Philippines slowly creep up, it could get a lot more active here in a few moments, but That's actually a great bait there, too. They actually mispositioned the smoke a little bit. Not sure if that was on purpose or not, but it plays exactly as Zero's off shot, so that works out great.
Yeah, that's a really good idea there from Philippines, getting that mid-control, making those trades. It doesn't matter if you lose the turrets, and make sure that you get the return and death with the entry there. And it looks like it might be around here for the Philippines. Excellently done there. It's just Riddix now, who's had a pretty good game so far in a 1 versus 3. Will he be able to attack the site properly? Zero's got the perfect position to take him out, and he'll make that frag. No mistakes there. Philippines, though, great play. They smoked off window, they smoked off short, they went forward, they got their mid positions, they waited for the Indonesians to get information, they took out those Indonesians who tried to get information, and then they just made the trades in towards the site and won the round. So really nice T-play there from Philippines, as Indonesia now losing that round will not have so much money due to the fact that they've been having a lot of close rounds, a lot of 1v1s and 1v2s where they've lost a lot of the players. So having that, if they win this round, then Indonesia might even be on a double eco.
Yeah, and that was the big thing, too, and that was what we talked about before. This was a big key that the Philippines had to work towards, and they had been putting up a lot of very close rounds. They were just missing that key component that was able to push it over the edge and allow them to actually take the rounds away. But now that they've actually successfully done that, just that one single round has already made the economy on Indonesia very awkward. They win this one, and they could, of course, have had the potential to break it, but it looks like Indonesia are going to take things right back away here again, and they've already put this into a 5-on-2 situation, as unfortunately, Indonesia, after so many rounds of just this passive, this very passe, this very controlled play here on the CT side, now they put it in full throttle, they get super aggressive, and the Philippines just were not ready for that at all.
Indeed, so really nice aggression there by the Indonesians, and again, they're really changing things up, keeping the terrorists on their toes. Very nice dynamic play from the Philippines now, just with 2 players, Dispenser and Deathwiz. Oh, Whom, I think. It's Whom question mark. It's called Deathwiz right now. So it's a really nice name because actually he changes his name so you never know who he is. So, you know, he poses that question and then he doesn't answer it for you. Always like the Riddler. Talking about Riddlers, we've got Riddix now, who's over at Halls, just making sure that the bomb doesn't get picked up by the terrorists if they're coming from the B site. But both terrorists are now stuck in the palace. It's pretty much a raid onto that residence right now by the CTs. House-to-house fighting. And the Indonesians should be able to pick this up. Nice Molotov there. And Jose's going to burn, but not enough to get the frag as Indonesia make it 11-1. Really nicely done by their great aggression as they pick up that round.
And the match is going to get paused here. I am assuming this is a tack pause on Philippines, and it is a much-needed tack pause. I probably would have expected this one to come out about 3 to 4 rounds earlier, to be honest with you, but they do pick it up, or they are going to pause it up, I should say.
Yeah.
Here on the 13th round, just trying to figure out exactly what they can do as this... We just talked about the money situation and how Indonesia was almost broken off of those previous rounds despite having 10-1 in a row, but the fact that they were dropped down to 2 to 3 players every time kind of kept it in its own stable situation, didn't really let it grow or shrink at any point there to where they wouldn't have been able to buy. But unfortunately, just that one pickup from the Philippines and now the loss right back after it, and with the round being so close as well, and they're against their favor with them having to rebuy every single round, their money's going to be broken now. There's a point where they can definitely go for a Tech 9 armor buy and try to work it there, but again, just looking at the track record at this point, probably not too much of a hope, so might just want to sit back a little bit here. The players that can go for the Tech 9 armors, let them do it, but everybody else just have them save and then just go for the full buy in the next round. Probably going to be the best choice at this current time.
That's true. That's 100% true. And talking about pings,
the
Filipino pings are tad bit higher than that of the Indonesians, and also something I've noticed that explains a lot is that the Indonesians are playing on LAN, it seems. I'm going to double check with them after the match and ask them, but I think they're playing the qualifiers on LAN, and it's really good to see so many teams take this tournament so seriously and go to those LANs, be together, and I guess it's bringing people from different teams together, and it's bringing the CSGO scene of that nation together under one front to support their team, and also for the players to play together and to even strengthen and maybe share ideas and try to develop their CSGO scene. So it's really nice to see 3 players from one team, Team NXL, and 2 players from 2 different other teams together in one LAN place, playing together, making sure they qualify, making sure they go to the LAN finals in Belgrade.
And now again, they're just going to roll right out over here, trying to get that mid control by force, but it doesn't work out at all. Rostu finding 1, 2, now 3 and 4 as he takes out Whom, now destroying any chance of the Philippines getting control. Now they find that last player. Sis is going to steal the ace, but it doesn't even matter. They shut them down. Granted, again, the Philippines weren't able to get too much. They did go for that very economical round here, and they're going to force things up here on the final. Or apologies, we're on the 14th, not the 15th. Last round was the 14th, but I was wrong, and they're going to go for the full buy here now on the 14th round. Still a little light, of course, with the 2 Galeos on the 43 in Russia, but beyond that, of course, they should still have everything they need to make a much more impactful round here comparatively if they had tried to buy on the previous round.
Yeah, some fantastic ult play there from Rosé. And let's see if he's going to be able to continue with that. Zero gets the entry on Frost over at Palace. Right now, Philippines are running out of options and running out of time as Indonesia, again, with yet another dominating performance, this time on Mirage, not on Dust 2, and this time against the Philippines as well, who seem to be a bit more structured and a bit stronger than the Nepalese side, but it's not strong enough here, as the Indonesian CT is absolutely impossible to go through now. The Philippines, even though they're getting entries, even though they're looking pretty solid and they've got a bit of tactics under their belt, they're still not providing good enough of a challenge, or a strong enough challenge for the CT defense.
We're going to see a little bit of a battle here as the Philippines are looking to try and brute force their way into B. They get spotted very, very early on, though, so this plan probably is not going to work out so well. They move it back, and again, they're hanging out by the T-spawn, but this is another, actually, problem so far that I didn't really address yet with the Philippines T-side, is that they're taking a very, very long time to just get small amounts of control of the map and just to decide on which site they want to take this play towards. We've seen it about 3 or 4 or 5 times now where the round has ended. I just want to get an exact tally. It's happened 3 times, to be exact here, where the round has ended due to timer, and mainly because the Philippines, again, would lose 1 to 2 players earlier on and would really hesitate and wouldn't be able to make a decision for the rest of the rounds. They just kind of let it expire, or they push in way too late, like it's happening now. Like right now, there's no way that this push should be successful. This should be an easy hold for Indonesia. We'll see. With 10 seconds left on the clock, someone can just push in. If they stop 1 plant, then it's all over.
It's super, super late. We've got Sis already on top of Tetris here. He gets the first frag. He doesn't actually stop the bomb being planted. Oh, he does! They stop the bomb plant, and what a triple kill there for Sis. He got actually 4K that round. Really nicely done, as you just mentioned, and as you foresaw, like a true prophet. 4 kills by Sis. They were too late. They were far too late with that bomb plant, or with that attempt at a plant, and they're trying to play that nice slow Na'Vi play, but it's not really working, especially since the Indonesians are so solid. They're not, literally they're hoping, if we're late enough, Indonesia are going to try and get information, they're going to push, I'm going to pick up frags. No, Indonesia stay back, hold their angles, and just make sure that they're ready when that attack comes.
And that was actually pretty unfortunate that he stopped the plant, because it looked like he had been doing it already for a couple seconds. We probably could have got it, to be honest, and that would have been an extra 800 in the bank for this round, and might have enabled a couple more rifles, if not AKs, to come out onto the board here for the Philippines. So they're going to be limited this round, but to open it up, they bring it into a 3-on-2 situation after the trade start, but Rosu again coming back in. Fire there, takes out Mauricio, brings it down to just 1. As Indonesia, again, keeps cool and composed, taking out the final player as well, will be Rosu. And they are going to end this half 14-1. Doesn't leave any room at all for mistakes on the Philippines side, switching over to CT. And unfortunately, doesn't really leave any room at all. And we'll probably be looking at Indonesia claiming the second set as well, which will guarantee them that spot in the main group stage for Asia.
Yeah, Roseo looking so good. He's on 20 frags, Sis on 22. Indonesia solid on their Mirage. They really know how to play the CT on Mirage. And it's just a replay of the nice kills by Roseo to end that round and to end the first half 14-1. So it looks like Indonesia have pretty much secured their spot in the winners group, which will be broadcast here starting from tomorrow. Pretty much 4 of the best teams in Asia will be playing best of 3s against each other to decide who will be going on to the LAN final. So do not miss that. The top 3 teams will be going. It'll be Vietnam, China, Kyrgyzstan, and, of course, what it seems like Indonesia right now, unless we see a miracle from the Philippines. And also a reminder, you can join our sub-giveaway by subscribing. At the end of this broadcast, we'll be giving away an M4A4 Asimov, and we've given away a weapon every single day of every single broadcast, and we will continue to do that until the end of the qualifiers. So subscribe if you would like to, and support us. We would really appreciate that. You also get €5 off G2A.com. But it is the pistol round now. Terrorist side will be played by the Indonesians, and they've gone for 2 utility players.
Now we're going to see exactly where Indonesia pushes this towards, because they have the potential to essentially end it right here, so they're going to bring on all the stops now. Haven't created the raid boss on Sis, which I was kind of expecting to, considering we saw the one Tech 9 buy, where they could have had one player buy up the
raid
armor,
boss?
Yeah, it's the raid boss.
Is that what you call it? Oh,
yeah,
I call it the super soldier.
Really?
I
thought
it That's awesome. That is an awesome statement. I call him the super soldier.
That's a good one too. I've never heard of the super soldier before. I imagine.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who says that, so don't worry. Anyway, Philippines now with the retake, and it's 4 versus 2. They're looking pretty good here. They have to be fast. There's a defuse. FLX is going to stop it. They're wonderfully done through the smoke. There's another person going for the defuse. It's like one of the movie scenes at the moment. Indonesia trying to stop them, but there's the defuse from the Philippines. As 2 Indonesians are still alive, and they, I guess, might delay the inevitable here, or might rekindle hope. We'll see, but really nicely done there. And just going for the defuse, having that solid kind of making a choice like, all right, we're just going to go for the defuse. Like before, they had a lot of rounds where they went for the plant, and then the person planting the bomb literally stopped planting. There was like, it happened like 3 times. At least then they're like, okay, we're going to go for the defuse no matter what. No point wasting time, and they were able to pick up that round.
What I actually found really funny about that round was because of how chaotic it was. They didn't really have a lot of intel, so those last 2 Indo players were. So they actually had 0 because they knew they were over on connector side or jungle side, whatever you call that. But they actually, I think 0 stood in front of the diffuser just to sort of act as a human shield in case the damage got a little bit too great there, just so they could ensure he would get the defuse. That was sort of how desperate things got for the Philippines.
Well, we've got a B push here from the terrorists, and they get 2 nice entries as Roseo and Frost Misty will pick up a frag. There's the shot smoke coming in from Frost Misty. That's definitely going to slow down the CTs, and there's a little gap, but he won't be able to make up the frag as 0 takes him out. Here, full rifle, so the CTs, they're not messing about, but on the other hand, we do have the Tech 9 and the P90. Nerusha picking up a frag on Roseo as they push towards the B side. It's 3 versus 3, all to play for here. The Philippines need this round if they want to have a chance at winning this best of 1. Riddix takes down the Filipino player, 43, 0 with the return, and it's just Nerusha now in a 1 versus 2. Picks up 1 frag. Bomb's ticking. There's not a lot of time left. He has to make the final. And Sis is hiding in a great position at the moment. He's going to pop out with the Tech 9 and pick up the frag, and there you have it. It's probably one of the final nails on the coffin of the Philippines, as Indonesia will pick up the force buy and make it 15-2.
And that is, as you said, essentially going to be the nail in the coffin now. Philippines, they've got no money left to go for the buy. Pretty much everybody going for the 5.7 Deagle or the P250 upgrade here at this point. That's all they can afford to bring out into the table. Everybody else here, you look at Indonesia, they've got the monster buy, the M4 picked up from a previous round on Sis, and then 4 AKs, a full nade stack on all the players here from Indonesia as well. Whereas the Philippines, they're struggling just to pick up decoys to use, so it's definitely going to be a round that's heavily in the Indonesians' favor. In the Philippines, there's got to be some crazy single-dig headshots here. Otherwise, it's the end of the road for these guys. And the Indonesians are going to guarantee that spot, and they immediately open up this round as well. Rosu finds it on the Whom. Dispenser is going to be able to pick up a response shot, but that's all they get. Rosu and Frost Misty find 2 more for the players in Indonesia. Drop down to just 43 and 0, and down goes 0. And now all Philippines are on 43, picks up 1 kill, and now on a 1-on-3, they know exactly where he's
Ikonya menang kan barusan ini.
Now it's at 16 HP, gets taken down by Frost, just a little quick rotate there. And that's going to close out 16-2, as Indonesia shuts down both the other challengers in their group. As we've already mentioned here, plenty of time, guaranteeing with the spot.